Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 7,000 PAD students to receive subsidized transport. Approximately 7,000 students who are on the Program of Advance through Health and Education path are to benefit from transportation subsidies being provided by the Ministry of Education and Youth at a cost of $380 million. They are among 7,500 youngsters, largely residing in rural communities and enrolled in primary and secondary schools and 2 special education institutions across 13 parishes, who are being targeted for assistance under the Ministry's Rural Transportation Program. This was disclosed by Acting Director of Safety and Security in Schools during a virtual ministry town hall meeting on the full resumption of face-to-face classes on Friday, March 4. Thorpe said that under the program, the ministry is seeking to enhance the services of the Jamaica Railway Corporation and the Jamaica Urban Transit Corporation JUTC operating in sections of Clarendon, the Montego Bay Metrobus Company, and private bus operators. He indicated that the subsidy arrangement will see students paying a fee of $70 to ride the train and $30 when commuting on JUTC buses. For the passengers rail service, 16 Catherine schools are engaged and roughly 850 children would have benefited from an access card. So while at this time we do not have brand new trains, we are still utilizing technology to support a cashless service, he stated. Thorpe added that the ministry is aware that in most rural parishes, the cost of transportation is significantly higher than the rates for urban centers. That is why the ministry would have conceptualized this program that would have been ongoing for 5 years straight, he said. Thorpe implored parents to encourage their children to understand that they have a personal responsibility for their own safety when they are utilizing public transport. Too often we see students waiting on special buses lining the town centers. Now is not the time for those types of pre-COVID behavior, he emphasized. For her part, Acting Chief Education Officer Kesson Thorpe encouraged parents to reach out to school principals for information on the schedule for buses designated to provide transportation for students at their institutions. Face-to-face classes are slated to resume fully on Monday, March 7. JUTC to ramp up service to meet demand as full face-to-face classes resume Monday. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company Limited, JUTC, will be ramping up bus services in preparation for the increased number of commuters anticipated consequent on the full resumption of face-to-face classes beginning Monday, March 7. This was disclosed by JUTC Corporate Communications Manager Cecil Toms during a virtual town hall meeting hosted by the Ministry of Education and Youth on Friday, March 4. Noting that some commuting delays may be experienced, Toms asked that the commuters be patient while assuring that everything would be done to rectify any such challenge if it arises. We expect that there will be a significant crowds and students turning up for school. So the first thing that we are using is our articulated buses, which we call the double bus, which can move twice as much as the crowd compared to our regular units, he said. Toms indicated that the JUTC will also bring back into operation several buses that have been down to increase the fleet numbers. We are doing everything possible within the resources that we have to meet the demand, he added, while advising of plans to acquire 50 additional buses to boost the entity fleet. Against the backdrop of the foreseen commuting issues, Toms encouraged persons who travel on the JUTC buses to be out early to secure your seats and bear with us as we work out the details of the anticipated challenging situation. Parents, bookstores ready for full face-to-face classes. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced last month that schools will resume to full face-to-face classes after the midterm break, and with just 1 day to go, many parents in Kingston and St. Andrew have indicated their readiness to send their child back to school. Holness has told the House of Representatives on Friday 10 that the nation's education system was being terribly affected by the novel coronavirus pandemic and that Jamaica cannot afford for our education system to be deprived any longer. I shudder to think that the potential education lost and the impact it will have 5, 6, 10 years down the road if we don't move quickly to correct it. Likewise, some parents with whom reporters spoke with on Friday expressed a similar worry explained that the pandemic had given the children too much time to idle and argued that a face-to-face school setting would set them back on track. Libra stated, "I am ready and fully prepared. I have his shoes, socks and uniform and all he needs. I bought them from way before when they started to accept them at school for 1 or 2 days." Is the mother of a student in grade 6. Kamisha, a mother of a grade 2 student, stated, "I am not really ready, but I have help. My baby father is always there to make sure my son is okay. I will provide anything else I can for the moment to do what is right and to make the best decision for my child. I will be a bit worried about him because the pandemic is not gone. I am also worried about him being unable to breathe right through the day under the mask. I, as an adult, have trouble breathing, so I imagine my son. I think it is the best thing to do because we cannot keep the kids at home. Most times when they're at home and doing virtual class, either the internet is not connecting or something is happening. I think when this goes back to full face-to-face, they will learn a lot more." Monique Reed, a store clerk, stated, "For the full face-to-face classes, I don't agree because my son's class has 24 students. To have 24 students in one class is too much. They won't be able to social distance properly because the space is small. When it was test time and all students should come in, they had to split the class in two. She, the teacher, had 12 and another teacher had 12, and she could barely manage. Even when she had the online and some were in face-to-face, you constantly hear her telling them to pull up their mask. They can't keep on their mask long. I am already with my son doing both home and school. Him learn just the same because we try to make sure say we provide for whatever him need. But full face-to-face, too risky. The COVID case is still a climb. I don't think they can manage." Andrea Warren, a vendor, "A lot of children at home are not studying and have too much free time and they are backward. So what you'll find is pure illiterate students or people further down the line. I am happy for the full face-to-face coming back again. At least we will have their intelligence come back. I have a grandson who has become backward. When him used to know before, all of that erased. My friend has a son and it's just pure games. The children are glad when there is no school, so don't have any interest, so I am glad for this." Benjamin, a Gizzardo vendor, stated, "A long time that for gone. When face-to-face school and everything I keep, the street move faster and anything else move faster. A Gizzardo myself, so me love when the school kingdom come out. I have 2 children going to school." Ernell Williams, a taxi loader, stated, "Me ready because the youth them need the education. Me no want my youth them come and no sweep out no house and them thing there. Education are the key and me no want nobody come use them. Are the greatest thing in a life. When them see faces, me glad for that. When them they are yard, you come like them not do no work. When you have your subjects, it better than when you have no education. If you want to work and you qualify, you can get it." Brenton Dillon, a bus conductor, "Me kinda glad said the school are open back, yes, because I need 2 years now and it really costs us to monitor them at home. When me and my wife go work, we have to send them a daycare and them have to go this and furthermore, them did a drop back. 2 of my 3 children going back to school and one of them forget him ABC altogether. The 6-year-old one not so bad." Noel Grayson, a peanut brittle vendor, stated, "To be honest with you, I don't think they know exactly what they want to do. I think they just want to please the public. Them not do it because they 100% sure that the pandemic is over. Them just do it because they know the children's education is paramount and they are losing out. These children will lose out in school. That is probably a 20-year setback for the nation from an academic perspective. I have 2 children at my house, a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old. My daughter has been in tune, but my son has definitely been out of line. I have to have him different last year because I was at home with him and I knew he was not ready to sit PEP. He got a 1-grade extension and hopefully he will be ready for this time around." Tian Wright from Brian's Bookstore stated, "We are prepared for the upcoming book season, face-to-face classes and everything. Last year wasn't bad for us, but with school not face-to-face, things were a bit shaky, but we are ready, full force and prepared to take every customer and every parent." Roy, a security guard, Well, me prepare for them. Me make sure say they have their gear. Me prepare for them properly. Me get them laptop, tablet, and books and sanitizer ready so that they can go to face-to-face classes. Nicola Charter, a branch manager at Songster's Bookstore Springs, stated, based on the announcement from the minister, the head office has been doing what they have to do in terms of getting stocks in terms of what is on the book list. We are facing a challenge where some of the suppliers did not get in as much stock as they would have wanted. It was the norm, so some of them are reprinting. We are running low on some of the titles from preschool straight up to sixth form. There is shortage, but not from our end. Since the middle of last February, there had been coming in steady flow with book lists and are focusing more on purchasing textbooks and not stationery items. Jamaica reports 24 new COVID cases, no deaths. Jamaica on Friday reported 24 new cases of COVID-19 and no virus-related deaths in the 24-hour period. This brings the total number of cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 128,166. The death toll stands at 2,825. Of the newly reported cases, there were 10 females and 14 males, with ages ranging from 5 to 85 years. The cases are recorded in St. James 11, Kingston and St. Andrew 5, Clarendon 2, St. Catherine 2, Hanover 1, Portland 1, St. Anne 1, and Westmoreland 1. Meanwhile, one death was reported under investigation. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 333 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 78,479. The country's positivity rate now stands at 4.4%. There are confirmed 468 active cases on the island. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.